Remember I mentioned Nancy Pelosi? Here's her winning message.
I'm afraid that he's going to act on the basis of what he's acted before. It's a hoax. It's magically going to disappear. And that's why I sent out the letter that I did after Easter, because Easter gave me time for reflection and prayerfulness about, okay, we don't want to keep harping on what he did wrong, because he failed. He's failed in the testing and the rest, and it's a hoax, and it's going to magically disappear. That's not based on science. This isn't magical. This is scientific. And so I said, if he continues to predicate the action that we take on a false premise, then we're in further danger. And his earlier delay and denial caused deaths. And so it's very important that we walk the line that is close to evidence, data, science as we go forward, and not whimsy, magic, hoax allegations, and placing blame instead of taking responsibility.
Yeah, she's doing well. Again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get sidetracked, but it's my show. I can talk about whatever I want. How is that person the face of your party right now? How? You still have to message your party to the United States of America. Even if you're Nancy Pelosi and you love the power and you love the attention, which she undoubtedly does, that's how you get to that position in life. If you enjoy being Speaker of the House, you really should shut up, because that kind of messaging is not going to go over well with middle America. What is she even talking about besides losing her train of thought and repeating herself 90 times? Oh, not content with just rolling out Pelosi and Joe Biden, Democrats also, they love them some Bill de Blasio.
President Trump at this point is the Herbert Hoover of his generation. There's a massive national crisis going on, and he is consistently late and very, marginal in what he does. He's taking actions that are far, far behind the curve and aren't addressing the core concerns.
Herbert Hoover? Look, here's the issue. Donald Trump has not been perfect throughout this process, undoubtedly. But when you have Bill de Blasio there, when you have him saying things like Herbert Hoover of our generation, you lose ground. There's ground to be made up here if you're a Democrat, and you're purely looking at this for political reasons. There's ground to be made up. There is. The president hasn't been perfect. You can approach this in a way, here's the thing. I really think this has been great for the Democrat Party, because it proves about, the Republican Party's failings for this and that. You can gain ground there. I get that. What you can't do is roll out Nancy Pelosi and Bill de Blasio to be your messengers for it. You say stupid things like Herbert Hoover. And look, not to insult the intelligence of most Americans, but the truth of the matter is most people don't know squat about Herbert Hoover. They don't even know what the heck he's talking about. Oh, and as long as we're doing the Monday morning quarterback thing here, here's Pelosi and de Blasio and the rest of them early.
The risk to New Yorkers for coronavirus is low.
And our city preparedness is high.
This should not stop you from going about your life, should not stop you from going to Chinatown and going out to eat. I'm going to do that today myself.
Come to Chinatown. Here we are. We're, again, careful, safe, and come join us.
There is no concern at this time for coronavirus in our region.
The Department of Sanitation is ready for Mardi Gras 2020.
The facts are reassuring.
We want New Yorkers to go about their daily lives.
There's really no need to panic and to avoid activities that we always do as New Yorkers. We are a hardy people.
Americans do not need to panic. What I would suggest, however, is that Americans take this as a wake-up call for seasonal flu.
There's very little threat here. This disease, even if you were to get it, basically acts like a common cold or flu.
So we're telling New Yorkers, go about your lives, take the subway, go out, enjoy life.
Oh, that's funny, isn't it? I love videotape. Isn't it wonderful? Look, nobody saw this coming. You couldn't have done more than we did at the very beginning and have any kind of public support for it. You could not have. That's just the truth. And you can try to Monday morning quarterback that all day long, but the proof's in the pudding. You people didn't know. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.